Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you both for your service, and I appreciate very much you being here. Mr. Moultrie, I'm pleased to hear that you say we need to increase the coordination of our federal cyber response, and I agree with you. You're right on the colonial attack. So my question would be, how do you intend to ensure that intelligence that DOD is gathering about cyber threats is shared across federal government, which we have a hard time coordinating right now? And are you aware of the mechanism to share that information with private industry organizations that also might be directly threatened?
Yeah, Senator, I believe that the sharing of intelligence across the what I call the intelligence enterprise, which I include in that the intelligence community and the defense intelligence enterprise, is extremely important. I believe it's important to work with Director Haynes on what are those mechanisms that are in place today to provide that information to the Department of Homeland Security and others.
What seems to be the biggest obstacle, sir? I mean, why do people not, I mean, it seems like it's common sense. They would share freely, but then it's almost like that's ours, not yours.
Yeah. Senator, there are, I think there are concerns about authorities when you start looking at.
Would it be concerned any leaks at all? Would they be concerned of leaks? If they're sharing it, it might be easier to be compromised?
Yeah, Senator, I don't know if those are the concerns, but I do know historically there's been jurisdictional law enforcement versus national security concerns that are there. I think the processes and the realization that we need to put those processes in place to do exactly what you're talking about, to have that that smooth interconnectivity between the interagency, but more importantly, between the private sector and the public sector are the realizations there. If confirmed, I would do all I can because this
I appreciate that. I really do, and I think you're going to have to really go after it pretty hard and make sure they start working together so we do have one connected cyber preventive. I want to talk about withdrawing assets from Afghanistan, and I'm very much concerned about this, and I've been concerned, and I've been thinking about it. You know, we want to make sure that we return all of our assets humanly possible, and those that we don't think that we need to return should return. They're destroying. And I guess my question would be, and I'll start with Mr. McCord with you, with your recent position in the department, are you satisfied what you're seeing in the efforts that are being put forth? And do you believe it's the best policy for the United States of America, after all that we have spent, after all that we have endured, after all the blood that has been shed there by Americans, that on top of that, now we destroy everything that we're leaving out of that to even make them think, who are these Americans? They have no value for anything whatsoever, so rather than having someone that might get use out of it, we'll just destroy it. Are we afraid it's going to get in the wrong hands? Because I don't know who the right hands are over there. So I would assume it's all been in wrong hands. So why start destroying stuff now?
Senator, you know, when I left 4 years ago, we were not in that position. I don't have current information. I'm sorry. I would have to get briefed and get back to you on what is or is not being destroyed. I assume that there's some calculations being made about the cost of transporting something back versus its.
I'm just okay. Let me ask you. It's just in the hypothetical realm. Then, just your thought process. If you think you can speak out on this, do you think we should be destroying what is not economically feasible for us to return? Just to destroy it for the sake of destroying it so no one else can use it, because we're not in that area anymore. We're afraid they're going to use it against us. And if we turned everything over to the people that we do trust or think we trust, shouldn't we leave it up to them then to make those decisions so it's not a wasteful appearance?
Senator, if I were confirmed and were part of these discussions, it would certainly be a discriminator in my view as to whether, as I said, the asset had useful life, but also what its purpose was. I mean, I would make a different judgment on a truck versus munitions
Mr. Moultrie, do you have
versus
any
communications equipment.
Do you have any thought process on this?
Senator, you know, I've read the media, and I would concur with Mr. McCord that there is a cost calculation that's probably being made there.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, you know, I've seen the headlines here and everything that the Associated Press put out there, and they said, and it has the pictures, if you will, of all the things we destroyed at Mir. And here's the final thing. it says that to those who are there at that base, they said, what they are doing is a betrayal of Afghans. They should leave, said Mir. Like they have destroyed this vehicle, they have destroyed us. I'm just saying, it's not been a successful 20 years, so we're back where we started, I guess. But on top of that, to see the Americans' mindset of assets and value and cost and things of that sort, I just don't know if it's doing that. I guess it's the same as interrogation. If you're interrogating someone, do you think the brutality of interrogation or trying to get them to have a comfort level to talk? Everyone has a different approach, I'm sure. This doesn't make any sense to me. So it might be above where you are. I don't want to put you in a position that causes a problem for your response, but I have to get to higher. I like for everybody to think about that, because I tell you, it's something we should be thinking about, just for the sake of destroying something for what we've already invested in that area. Thank you both. I appreciate it.